Welcome to the Peachtree Morning Show by DCI. It's a wise way to start the day. Hope you enjoy.
Hi, good morning everyone. Good morning, Jesse Michael. Good morning, Octavian. Welcome to Peachtree Morning Show. It is a fun day to start our day with Peachtree Morning Show. So today is Thursday, 4th of June. Can Octavian show the picture? Yeah, today is 4th of June, a Thursday. So now we are here with Octavian from Romania. He is an engineer by profession and DCI organizer in Romania, and also a coursemate of mine in Sedona College of International Management, SCIM. So, hi. So we are very glad to have our teacher, Jesse Michael Roach, with us. That many of you know him, but actually I still want to introduce him because he is the founder of many companies. DCI, ACI, author of the best-selling book that is The Diamond Cutter. This is the very first book that I read, I think in year 2000, before I really get to know him in the year 2012 when he came to Malaysia for the public talk for the very first time. I'm so glad that I'm here with him today to have this morning show, having a very early breakfast this morning. So first of all, let's listen to questions that we get from China. A lady called Zhang Ming from China. She has it in Mandarin. I will translate it later.
大家好，我叫张敏，来自中国。我的问题是关于伴侣的。我的先生和他父母的关系并不好，他的父母特别看重金钱，而且掌控着先生的房子。先生觉得自尊心受到了很大的伤害，于是想买一套更大的房子。但是我们现在能力有限，长期心情郁闷，再加上工作上的压力，先生现在的焦虑症有点严重。面对这种情况，我该怎么做呢？
All right, so I shall translate it literally into English. She said that my name is Zhang Ming. My question is about my husband. My husband's relationship with his parents is not good. His parents are very particular with money and control him a lot. So he wanted to get out to buy a bigger house, but he doesn't have the money. So due to feeling depressed for a very long time and the work pressure, my husband is now suffering from serious anxiety disorder. So what should I do in face of this situation? So Octavian, do you want to start first, or what do you think?
Okay. So I heard that there are three parts of this question. First, her husband is feeling controlled by his parents. His parents want him to buy a bigger house, but he doesn't have the money yet. And third part, he's feeling anxious and depressed for a long time. So we need to see how to solve these three parts of the question. I would start with the feeling of being depressed and having anxiety, because if it lasted for a long time, usually when this happens, people start to feel that it's becoming part of their being, part of their identity. This is who I am depressed for a long time. And this also gives them a feeling of continuity, that it will last for a long time in the future. But as we learn from the DCI system, is that everything comes from seeds, and when seeds wear out, the result will wear out. So this is the good part of a seed wearing out, is that the bad seeds, when they wear out, the result will wear out. And what I would suggest for her is to try to think about the loss of seeds. That if the seeds is wearing out, the results will wear out. She has to remember that in every second, 65 seeds open and are creating her reality. So at one point, this will wear out, and the depression, the anxiety will also finish. So if she can think about, I don't know, daily for 10 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes because her husband is in her reality. So it's also part of her reality, the husband that is feeling this way. So to think about this, the laws of seeds and how seeds open and gives us the result, they are not constant. They will wear out, and then the result can change. And this alone can speed up the seeds wearing out. What do you think about the other parts, Geshe, Michael, or Sokten?
Oh wow! So Sangmi, I like what Octavian said about your husband, and yeah, I think when we have depression, it feels like there's no hope. It feels like it will never finish, you know. So if you can share with your husband about the seeds, that all seeds wear out. So, you know, bad seeds will also wear out. So there's always hope for people, and we can make them stop faster. I'm thinking about the second part of the question Octavian asked me to talk about is control, you know, and I don't know. I really don't like it. I'm a very stubborn person. That's why I started so many companies, because I don't want to work for other people. So I don't like to be controlled, you know, and it's a very uncomfortable feeling for me, you know, especially if the person is asking me to do things that I don't want to do, or maybe the things they ask me to do are not nice things to do. So then it makes me feel very, very uncomfortable when other people are controlling me. So I think, of course, I always say, you know, a tree grows from a small seed. So a seed is usually 1 or 2 grams. A tree can be 500 kilograms or even 5,000 kilograms, you know. So a small seed can make a huge tree. And we can see that. We don't question it. We understand that. But also small mental seed can cause a big thing in our life, in our whole life. So I think, Sang-mi, it's good if you talk to your husband about this idea. He must be planting a small seed of control. You know, there must be people in his life. We have to be like a seed detective, you know. So, oh, I have this problem, you know. I have her parents are trying to control me. And then it must be that Sang-mi's husband is trying to control somebody else in a small way. So I would say, like me, in traffic, when I drive my car, I feel like it's my responsibility to tell all the other drivers how to drive. And if I will try to control, you know, you can't go there, you should go there, you should slow down, you should speed up. So I think if we can look for these small seeds where we are trying to control other people, then it will stop. That also will stop. So Teng, there's a third question, maybe about sadness or something like that. What do you feel about that?
About sadness?
Yeah, or about this, about the money and the control. I mean, do you have ideas?
Yeah. Actually, when I hear the question, I find that yes, it's about the money, about the control. In fact, I have a question to ask Sheila, because I remember earlier on in one of the episodes, Geshe Michael talked about depressed people are normally they kind of like selfish. So I'm trying to relate it with seed, because when you talk about seed, the like makes like. How come a depressed people feels depressed because of a selfish seed? So this is my question that I am trying to contemplate. But I'm trying to see whether is there any link. A person who is selfish is not generous. Because they are not generous, they are not willing to give. Because they are not willing to give, they get lesser and lesser. That also includes the feeling of being happy. I don't know whether this works or not. I'm trying to figure out why then a depressed person comes from a seed of being selfish. So, is there any link, like Geshe-la?
Yeah, I think it's a great question, and I think Octavian. Let me say the question one more time. So, you know, we often see like I'm 67 years old. I've seen many depressed people, and one thing I always notice is that they don't think about other people. Their whole life, when you meet them, they just want to tell you how depressed they are, you know. And you say, "How's your mother? How's your father? How's your brother?" They're like, "No, you don't understand. I'm so depressed," you know. And so, Soktang's question is, what's the connection between focusing on yourself as a seed, and then why does that cause the result of depression? What do you think, Octavian?
Well, I think that focusing only on yourself cannot bring you result, because as we know in the seed system, we need another person as soil to plant the seed. And to plant only on yourself as a soil, it's very difficult. It's almost impossible. So that's why she needs to find a way, maybe a skillful way, to try to help her husband to plant this seed, even though he cannot understand right now what's the point of why should I think about somebody else. I need to first think about getting rid of this situation, but she can trick him, you know. She can take him with her, and maybe do an action together, helping somebody else get more happy, or especially these days when with this virus, I saw a lot of people get together and buy some groceries for some old neighbor that he is not allowed to get out of his house. There are many different things which it doesn't take a lot of time, and she can think about along these lines how to trick him into thinking about somebody else, and the results will come for sure.
Yeah, I like it. Do you guys, Soktang, do you think there's a connection between these three things? Like, what's a connection between financial situation and someone tried to control me and I feel depressed? Like, is it completely different seeds, or are they also are these three seeds mixing with each other somehow? I don't know.
I just got this idea that actually it comes from one seed.
Wow.
I think from first level, we see that it seems that there are three: money, control, and also feeling depressed, not happy. But the simple link here is because of generosity. A person who is selfish is not generous. They are not even generous to give words of praise or encouragement to others. And thereby they see people kind of condemning them, that controlling them, and they feel lesser and lesser and weaker because it starts from not being generous with the words. They are not also generous with their time. They are not willing to spend time to help other people, to when people are in need of help. That's why when they are in need of help, they find that people are not helping them, and they feel that people are controlling them, like wanting them to follow their way instead of his own way, because earlier on they are doing things on their own way. That's why they see people are controlling them, not giving them the free will of choosing things that they want. So then in terms of money, it's also coming back to the same thing, that is also generosity, because we know that abundance actually comes from being generous, to share your things, your food, and everything you have with someone else. By sharing, we are getting more and more. So it comes from not generous that creates this cycle. And of course, the ultimate one is the misunderstanding that someone must give me what I need, but not knowing that it's not the way, that it's not from the outside that I want, but it's my understanding that I misunderstand that people can do something on my happiness and on my sadness, and also decide on my feelings. So if we have the right understanding that it's not correct, actually it's my misunderstanding that I see things coming from the outside that creates the whole cycle of depression at the end, not having enough money, that people are controlling me, I don't have happiness, I'm very sad all the time, and still wanting more from outside, not knowing that that is the main cause of seeing people causing my suffering, my pain, you know. So if we understand that, then probably we may want to look into actually what is the real thing behind this, and that has to be something to do with this very famous story from Sri Michael that I encourage everyone to go listen to it. Because in this story, the very key thing here that I get is, you know, when you see the pen, the human see the pen, and of course the dog doesn't see the pen. We understand that pen is coming from us. So it's actually coming from us that we see the pen. And that must be something that in us that forces us to see the pen, and forces us to see our parents controlling us, and force us to see that we don't have enough money and things like that. So by having a deep understanding like this, hopefully it will help us. And this takes some time, and I encourage Sang Ming to listen more on the Peachtree Morning Show. Maybe you can get some insight. And even more, if you want to know more, we will encourage you to go to our detective series and what more DCI levels. That is really amazing. That I really, really encourage you if you want to.
Octavian, are you going to give us three action points for Tsang Ming?
Yes, it's time to give her something that she can do immediately. So we talk about the seeds for depression, that if this type of condition has been for a long time, you need to realize that it will end, because it's also coming from seeds. And what she can do is first try to teach her husband somehow about the seed system. She needs to find a way, okay? Secondly, about being more generous. When usually someone is very depressed, he is thinking about himself most of the time. So if she can find a way to help him become more generous, just in small ways, and think about somebody else, not only about him, that is one other thing that she can do. And thirdly, they can also think about how to study together, maybe watch this morning show together, or watch the Success Detective series. Something that she can do together with him when he has time, and to really understand it, because that is the deepest seed, and the way to help some other person to help him understand where everything is coming from. I guess she can do these three things this week.
Hey, also, Tsang Ming, you know, why are you seeing this thing in your life? We have to talk about that seed, but just think about that. And I think because you want to help your husband, and I think you want to help all the parents, I think your own seeds are going to change. So that you want to ask the question, that you want to help your family, this is also a very good seed. So just keep up this good seed. Okay, you guys have a question for tomorrow?
Yes, question for tomorrow. Just a second. All right, this is the question for tomorrow.
Good morning, Geshe-la. Good morning, dear friends of Geshe-la. I am Sabine Lippi from France, but I live in Germany, in Munich. What is the seed for popularity? And I don't mean success. What is the seed for being popular at school, in the family, at work? Thank you for answering. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. Bye-bye. Good morning, Geshe-la.
All right, so this is from Sabine. She is from France and living in Germany. So tomorrow, Victoria Makarova, and also Eva is going to answer this question. And tomorrow, Friday, we are going to announce the winner for the music mix. So we encourage everyone, if you have any questions, please send us the questions that you have to seedquestions@diamondcuterinstitute.com. And we also like to hear from your music list. So please send us your music list to music. What is the next one? That is
Music mix.
musicmix@diamondcutterinstitute.com.
Should be a Spotify. It has to be a Spotify list, about 1 hour. Okay.
Yes.
Then I'd like to thank Sok Teng and Octavian. It's so cool. DCI is so cool because really it's a universal language. It's a language that we speak all over the world. And I think it's so beautiful that we have one person from Malaysia and one person from Romania, and they are speaking a new language called DCI. And it makes me very happy. And I hope you will come back to the show.
Yeah, and I have to tell you that one more thing. When we had Sugeng, one of our teachers in Romania, visit us last year, even though he was from another continent, but speaking about this seed system, it felt like we are all speaking the same language, even though he was from another continent. So yeah, this is a universal system that everybody can relate to and apply immediately in their lives.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Geshe Michael.
Thank you, Geshe Michael. Thank you very much.
And I hope you will continue to teach.
Thank you. Thank you, Octavian. All right, see you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching today's Peachtree Morning Show. See you next time.